Right now, somewhere in your home, your cat is sitting perfectly still, eyes locked directly on you, and they haven't blinked once. You glance over, catch them doing it, and maybe you laugh it off. Maybe it makes you a little uncomfortable. Most cat owners chalk it up to their cat being weird or quirky or just doing that creepy cat thing again. But here's something most people never consider. Cats don't waste energy. They don't do anything without a reason. Every flick of the tail, every ear rotation, every shift in posture is intentional. So when your cat fixes their gaze on you, unblinking, unwavering, sometimes for minutes at a time, they're not zoning out, they're not plotting something sinister, they're communicating. And what they're trying to tell you is far more meaningful than most owners ever realize. The truth is, the way your cat looks at you reveals exactly how they feel about you. Their eyes are one of the most powerful emotional tools they have, and once you understand what different stares actually mean, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. Let's start with the one almost everyone misinterprets. 1. The long, soft stare from across the room. You're sitting on the couch watching television, or maybe you're working at your desk, and you feel it. That quiet, unmistakable weight of being watched. You look up and there's your cat, perched on a shelf, curled on the far end of the sofa, or sitting in a doorway, staring directly at you. Their body is relaxed, their ears are neutral, facing slightly forward, their eyes are open, calm, and completely fixed on you. Most people think this is random. Some even think their cat is judging them. But what your cat is actually doing in this moment is something deeply instinctual, and it has roots that go back thousands of years. Your cat is monitoring you, guarding you. In the wild, cats are solitary hunters, but they're also highly territorial and protective of their core social group. When a cat identifies you as part of their inner circle, which, by the way, is not something they do lightly, they take on a quiet role of watchfulness. Feline behaviorists have observed that cats in bonded pairs or small colonies will often position themselves at a distance and watch over each other. It's not about control, it's about safety. When your cat stares at you softly from across the room, they are doing exactly what their ancestors did for thousands of generations. They are making sure you're okay. They are standing guard in the most quiet, understated way a cat knows how. So, the next time you catch your cat watching you from across the room, don't look away. Don't shoo them. Just acknowledge it. That stare is one of the purest forms of devotion a cat can show. And that leads directly into something even more powerful. What happens when that stare finally breaks? 2. The slow blink. If you've ever been staring back at your cat during one of those long, quiet gazes, and then watch them slowly, almost dreamily, close their eyes and open them again, you've just received what feline researchers call a cat kiss. This isn't just a cute nickname. A study published in the journal Scientific Reports in 2020 by researchers at the University of Sussex confirms something cat lovers have suspected for years. Slow blinking is a deliberate, intentional form of positive communication. Cats who received slow blinks from humans were significantly more likely to approach those people, and cats were also shown to initiate slow blinks more often with their owners than with strangers. Here's what makes this so important. In the animal kingdom, direct eye contact is almost universally a sign of threat or dominance. Predators lock eyes with prey. Rivals stare each other down before a fight. So when your cat looks at you, holds your gaze, and then slowly closes their eyes, they're doing the most vulnerable thing a small predator can do. They're telling you, I trust you so completely that I'm willing to shut off my vision in your presence. That is not a small thing. The slow blink is your cat's way of saying, I feel safe here. I feel safe with you. And the beautiful part is, you can say it back. Try it. The next time your cat is looking at you calmly, hold their gaze and give them a slow, exaggerated blink. Don't stare hard. Keep your face soft. More often than not, they'll blink right back. That small, silent exchange is one of the deepest forms of bonding you can share with a cat, and most owners walk right past it every single day without realizing what just happened. If this is changing how you see your cat, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more cat lovers find this video. Now, here's what most owners miss about the next type of stare. 3. The intense, close-range stare. This one catches people off guard. You're lying in bed or sitting on the floor, and your cat walks right up to you, sometimes just inches from your face, and locks eyes. No blinking, no looking away, just a deep, direct stare at very close range. A lot of owners find this slightly unnerving, and honestly, that reaction makes sense because in human social behavior, someone staring at you from 6 inches away would be alarming. But for cats, this means something completely different. When a cat approaches you closely and holds sustained eye contact, they are doing something called facial mapping. Cats rely heavily on reading micro-expressions, subtle changes in breathing, and even the scent of your skin to assess your emotional state. They're not just looking at you, they're reading you. Veterinary behaviorist Dr. Sharon Crowell Davis has noted that cats in secure, bonded relationships with their owners will often engage in close-range observation as a way of checking in emotionally. If you've been stressed, upset, or even sick, your cat may do this more frequently. They're picking up on cues you're not even aware you're giving off. So if your cat is getting in your face and staring into your eyes, they're not being weird. They're asking you, in the only way they know how, are you okay? And the best thing you can do is respond gently. Speak softly, offer a slow blink, and let them stay close. That moment of connection reinforces something vital in your cat's mind, that they can come to you, check on you, and be met with warmth instead of being pushed away. Before we move on, think about this for a second. Your cat may understand your emotional state better than some of the people in your life. 4. The stare while you eat. You sit down with a plate of food, and within seconds, your cat appears. They sit a few feet away, perfectly still, eyes locked on you, or more precisely on the area between your face and your plate, and they don't move. They don't meow, they just watch. Most people assume this is begging, and in some cases, food motivation does play a role, but the full picture is far more interesting. Cats are observational learners. In multi-cat households, cats learn routines, food sources, and safe behaviors by watching other cats. When your cat stares at you while you eat, part of what they're doing is engaging in a deeply embedded social behavior, observing a member of their group during a resource activity. But here's the deeper layer. In feline social dynamics, sharing space during mealtime is a sign of trust and alliance. Feral cat colonies that have strong social bonds will eat in proximity to each other. Cats who don't trust each other will eat separately, often hidden away. So your cat choosing to sit near you and watch you eat isn't just about wanting a piece of chicken. It's their way of participating in a shared social ritual. They're saying, we eat together because we belong together. The practical takeaway here is simple. Don't shoo your cat away during meals unless they're being disruptive. Their quiet presence near you during food time is actually a bonding behavior. If you want to reinforce it, try feeding your cat their own meal at the same time you eat. That shared routine will deepen your connection more than you might expect. 5. The stare when you come home. You walk through the front door after being away for hours, and your cat is already there, sitting in the hallway or on a piece of furniture with a clear line of sight to the entrance. They don't rush over immediately, they just stare at you. Still, quiet, eyes fixed. Some owners feel a little hurt by this. A dog would be jumping and spinning, but a cat, they just sit there and look at you. Here's what's actually happening. Your cat is re-identifying you. Cats process identity through a combination of scent, visual cues, and vocal recognition. When you've been gone for a while, you come back carrying the smells of the outside world, other environments, other people, maybe even other animals. Your cat needs a moment to reconcile the you they're seeing and smelling with the you they know and trust. Research from Kyoto University published in 2019 demonstrated that cats can recognize their owner's voice and distinguish it from a stranger's. But scent is their primary identification tool. That initial stare when you walk in the door is your cat's system running a check, confirming that yes, this is their person. And once they've confirmed it, you'll often see what comes next. The approach, the head bump, the slow blink, or the winding between your legs. That pause before they come to you isn't indifference, it's recognition. And the fact that they were already positioned near the door, waiting, tells you something even more powerful. They noticed you were gone, and they were waiting for you to come back. 6. The stare in the middle of the night. This is the one that genuinely unsettles people. You wake up at 2 in the morning, roll over, and there's your cat, sitting on the bed or on the nightstand, inches from your face, staring at you in the dark with wide, unblinking eyes. It feels eerie. Some people joke that their cat is plotting their demise, but the reality is one of the most touching things about cat behavior. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they're most active during dawn and dusk, so while you're deep in sleep, your cat is in one of their peak alertness windows. And what do they do with that alertness? They watch over you. In feline social groups, cats take turns in watchful rest. One cat stays alert while others sleep. It's a survival behavior that ensures the group is never fully vulnerable. When your cat sits beside you in the dark and watches you sleep, they are fulfilling that role. They're your nighttime guardian. Feline behavior consultant Jackson Galaxy has spoken about this phenomenon, noting that cats who feel strongly bonded to their owners will often position themselves between the owner and the bedroom door during nighttime hours, placing themselves directly in the path of any potential threat. Your cat isn't being creepy. They're protecting you during the hours when you're most vulnerable, and the fact that they choose to stay close instead of wandering the house tells you exactly where they feel they need to be, right beside you. 7. The stare followed by a deliberate look away. This is the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the most meaningful of all. Sometimes your cat will stare at you for a long stretch and then, slowly and deliberately, turn their head and look away. Not because they were startled, not because something else caught their attention. They simply break eye contact on their own terms and redirect their gaze elsewhere. In feline communication, the act of voluntarily breaking a direct stare is one of the strongest signals of trust and deference a cat can offer. Among cats, a prolonged stare that doesn't break can be a challenge, a precursor to conflict. But when a cat looks at you and then calmly turns away, they are communicating the exact opposite of aggression. They're saying, "I've looked at you, I've acknowledged you, and I feel so secure in our relationship that I don't need to keep watching." It's the feline equivalent of a person letting their guard down completely. No need to monitor, no need to stay alert, no need to wonder if they're safe. They already know. This behavior is most common in cats who have lived with their owner for a long time and have a deep established bond. If your cat does this regularly, understand what it means. You have earned a level of trust from an animal whose entire evolutionary history taught it to never stop watching. And they stopped watching because of you. Every single day, your cat is speaking to you. Not with words, but with something far older and more honest, their eyes. Every long gaze, every slow blink, every quiet stare in the dark is a sentence in a language most owners never learn to read. But now you know. You know that when your cat watches you from across the room, they're standing guard. When they blink slowly, they're saying, "I love you." When they stare at you up close, they're checking on your heart. And when they finally look away, they're telling you that you are the safest place they've ever known. Cats don't give their trust easily. They don't hand out affection to just anyone. So if your cat is staring at you right now, and there's a good chance they are, take a moment to really see them back. You might just realize that the deepest conversation you've ever had didn't require a single word. If this changed how you see your cat, subscribe and stay for the next video, because your cat is telling you things every single day that you're still missing.